Look, what about the people who are peaking at this time next year and should beat those people up? This is a horrible situation. Look, I am obviously aware of the pandemic that is going on worldwide, and I do have empathy for the people who have to sacrifice a lifetime of work. But it's just horrible. Wherever this came from, hopefully it will dissipate almost immediately and we can get on with our lives. To those young men and young women, and some of them are older men or older women who are trained an entire lifetime. We send out peace and blessings to each and every one of you. This is something that nobody saw coming. It is no one's fault. And even if it is somebody's fault, who the hell gives a damn? Because pointing the finger at somebody is not going to make a difference in the world. Oh, it's your fault, it's my fault. See, it makes no difference. If the milk is on the table, it's out the jug, it don't make a difference who spilled it. Just get it out. So big ups to those Olympians, those people who entertain us, and there's some people who enjoy the Olympics more than they enjoy traditional sports, and bam, they are getting cheated as well. You are above ground. Every day above ground is a good day. You don't believe you missed one, then come back and let me find it worse. Now, with that being said, I want to give a big ups to the homie Sugar Shane Mosley, and Bernard Hopkins. Other people have made it to the Boxing Hall of Fame, but those are the most notable people. If I name other people like Lou Duva's daughter and those people, y'all, who gives a damn? But Sugar Shane Mosley and Bernard Hopkins. Me personally, I don't know how my main man who in the chat room, RC, feels, but I ain't too big on Sugar Shane being in the Hall of Fame. He can be in the Hall of Real Good. He can be in the Hall of Killed It, but he's not a Hall of Fame boxer if you ask me. Sugar Shane was great in his time, but to me, Hall of Fame boxer takes you to the next level, and I don't know if Sugar Shane Mosley was at that next level. I don't know if he was a Sweet Pete Whitaker. I don't know if he was a married to people. I think of him like a Mark Breland type. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not a boxing aficionado. I'm a big time fan. I don't think of him as a Bernard Hopkins. Bernard Hopkins, had it not been for my main man Roy Jones, Bernard Hopkins would have been the face of boxing for about a decade. Understand, when he was at his peak, the only person who controversially beat him was Roy Jones. Roy Jones Jr. And see, because ESPN refused to let you be historians. See, that's my issue with ESPN. I'm going to get on them in a little while. But that's my issue with ESPN. They don't want you to be a historian in sports. They don't want an intelligent basketball, football, baseball, soccer, hockey, or what have you conversation. They want to feed you information, shove it down your throat, and then they make up your mind. It's like the analogy that I've used 1,001 times is this. They want you to believe that they've given you the right to choose. You can eat a hamburger or a Big Mac. You choose. No, you made the choices. You just presented them to me. I didn't make the choices. With that being said, this is why I don't like. They don't want you to know what you need to know so you can figure out what's going on. That's why people don't appreciate my man B-Hop. That's why people only remember Roy Jones for getting stretched out. And that's why people like James Lights Out Tony don't get to do it. It's 1,000,001 sports figures and athletes and trainers that don't get to do what they're supposed to get. And that's why, because you're the worldwide leader in sports telling you what they want you to know. My man RC said Mosley belong, hold it 1 second. Mosley belonged 2 wins over Oscar De La Hoya, dominated the light heavyweight, lightweight, and beat the dog shit out of Antonio Margarito. Do remember that he found out his hands were illegally wrapped. I do remember that. Shout out to my man RC. It's always dope to have my listeners participate. It's super dope. Big ups to you, RC. I'm gonna give it up to him because RC is the unofficial bill for this network boxing aficionado. He never signed up for that job. I just hired him. He don't know. The W-2 filled out and everything. It's all good. Thank you, RC, for your contribution to the show. So I'm gonna give it to him. But I'm not the dude who say he shouldn't be. RC just made an argument for him going in. I won't give any pushback, but Bernard Hopkins, without a doubt. This dude was the baddest dude in the world at one point. We love the flash of the Roy Jones Jr. We love the showmanship of Roy Jones Jr. Bernard Hopkins, for about a decade, was just kicking people's ass. He was just, whoever you put in front of him, They got up out of his way. And they didn't want to be standing in front of him. And then he showed you later on when he lost a lot of his physical abilities, he had the mental capacity to beat bigger people. And he even him and Warren Jones, because boxing is a fading sport, and because y'all already know how I feel about that. We're not going to go into that. Maybe I will go into it later. Boxing is a sport that's been taken away from the underprivileged in the United States of America. Therefore, a lot of these kids who have anger management issues, a lot of these kids who have nothing to do, they used to turn to boxing, maybe one of the more exciting sports. What they're doing now is nefarious activities, and that's a whole social thing that I might talk about on Saturday morning. But y'all already know how I feel about that, because it's not a dying thing. As long as you have people who are starving in the world, disenfranchised in the world, boxing will never go away. So again, these are uneducated narratives being pointed towards you by the machine called ESPN and Fox Sports and that and Bleacher Report and all those places. Because when you talk to these people on these boxing gyms, shout out to the homie Nate Jones from here in Chicago. Shout out to the homie James Lights Out Tony Friend the show. When you talk to these guys, they see it. It's still there. Like, for example, if you really want to keep boxing alive, wouldn't you told the world that the dude who helped Tyson Fury get his act together was from the world famous Crunk Jimmy, is the nephew of Emmanuel Stewart? If you knew that the nephew of Lou Duva or one of these other big time fighting trainers was training fighters now, it would pique your interest. You would go look out to it. And how about this? If you got $200 for some sneakers, you got enough money to get you some boxing gear, and then you can take your little angry behind down there, and maybe you won't end up in the county jail getting penitentiary. See, if you really want to help disenfranchised people, these are the things you would do, but you don't, so you won't, and you will not help disenfranchised people because it's too much money and sending broke folks to jail. Point blank period. This is another reason why you probably never see your boy on TV, because they won't let me say that. Anyway, but big ups to those two brothers for going into the Hall of Fame and other people as well. But I understand that my listening audience is not big on boxing, so why would I dwell on that for you guys to see this? Now, for years now, this is the End of the Bench Podcast, Season 4, Episode 12. That means for 4 calendar years and for 3 calendar months, your man has been flapping his gums about sports. Give you my take on sports. Another take. A take that a lot of you guys are familiar with if you're listening. If you're new to the show, you are not. But here's something else. You guys, I'm going to tell you out there, when I open the phone lines, I get people saying, yo, rap, it's about the ring. It's about the ring. So you're greedy. You are money hungry. You always talking about the money, but it's about the ring too. It's never about the ring. I keep telling y'all, the ring is a bonus. It's the icing on the cake. Talk to any former athlete who's living a regular life, and I guarantee you, yes, I wanted to win a ring. I used to bust my behind to win a ring, but a ring is a team thing, not an individual team thing. When you are talking about union solidarity, that's when it's about everybody. But when you negotiate one-on-one, it is not about a damn ring. Dak Prescott is not negotiating right now to get a damn ring. He's negotiating so he can get the most money he possibly can before his short career ends. The argument against Mosley is he admitted to using steroids on a grand jury. I forgot about that. Shout out to RC, always adding quality information to the program. That was that whole Balco deal. My man RC, I forgot about that. I didn't even think about that. I just really wasn't impressed with my man Sugar Shane in the ring. He was dope. I mean, I wasn't impressed to the point where he's a Hall of Famer. I think Hall of Fame should be reserved to the tippy top. But you know what it is, levels to the Hall of Fame, because if King Griffey Jr. is in the section of Hall of Fame, Mickey Mantle's in the section of Hall of Fame, and Kirby Puckett is in the Hall of Fame too. Kirby Puckett is not on their level, but he's still a Hall of Famer. Note taken. Big ups to my man RC, always adding quality content to the program. Thank you very much. It is a big boy room, man. It is a big boy room. Now, but like I was saying, as any athlete in the history of the world, were they training for specifically a ring? If they were, I guarantee you at this point, they're no longer doing that. Look, The NFL, Major League Baseball, and other leagues are preparing an argument to get their money back. I thought it was about the people and the fans and the championship. These dudes are billionaires. Look, I'm talking about this a little later, but you can see how this is a joke. People dying, people stressed out about their parents, the people stressed out about their grandparents, people stressed out about their kids, and the first thing the National Football League and the NBA and as well as Major League Baseball could do. What about that bread we already hit y'all with? We're gonna need something off the back. But I thought it was about the ring, and I thought it was about a partnership, but it's never about that. See, that's why when y'all tell people, hey man, he made enough money. No, he hasn't. Because I'll tell you what, the day after Jeff Bezos go on CNN, MSNBC, and all the major networks and say, I've made enough money. I'm giving it all away. I'm gonna call each person who get up and go to work every day. I'm gonna give him $1 million. Until he does that, ain't no such thing as you made enough money. There are thousands upon thousands of former athletes who are in a bad way. They are in an extremely bad way financially. And none of those leagues, none of those teams, I'm not even saying it's their responsibility, but they're not looking out going, yo man, I know you can't afford them hospital bills. We'll go ahead and hook it up so we can have lifetime medal. NFL not doing that. Maybe the NBA doing it or the other leagues they doing it, but the NFL is definitely not doing it. And to ask these people for this money back is insane because you know what? You don't get none of that time back from your family, and then it's always some crab on the sideline talking about, yo, bro, they signed up for that. So okay, the next time you take your Mickey Ficky ass back to work, and they impose one of them foolish rules that you hate, I'm gonna need you to remember. I did tell Rap that that's how it is, man. They signed up for that. You remember that, man. And always remember, this is the thing that I want people to remember more than anything. XYZ in the NFL signs a $100 million deal. $35 million of it guaranteed. He signed a $35 million guarantee. And then because of his tax bracket, take a whole big chunk out of that, then takes the manager and some financial guy money up out of it. Take all this union dues and medical dues and stuff like that. Make sure you're taking all of that out of there. And then don't forget that you're talking about a 20-some-year-old person who heard $100 million and started spending like he got $100 million. Let's not forget about that. Okay? So stop counting other folks' pockets because, again, up until and including the day that you put on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or anything else, one of your pay stubs around December 31st and say, this is what I made. Don't worry about anybody else's money. Nobody's doing that. So stop counting these athletes' money. And most important, and most damn important, why do you care? You are here to see somebody catch, throw, tackle, dunk, pass, shoot, defend, hit home runs, and pitch. That's what you're here for. Knockouts, body slams, and things to the next. That's what you're here for. How much money they make is totally irrelevant. Because guess what? Unless it's not off the books, you never see how much these dudes in college play get paid. And I don't hear you crying for them. So don't worry about what these athletes are getting paid for. But if you want to go ahead, go to work, and take the side of management, next time when your homeboys get fired, call me up. I say, hey man, you're a stand-up guy, but people don't do that. When you see people get handed a box and walked out the office, bam, that's how you don't even call them no more. You might unfriend them on Facebook. So why are you taking the sides of billionaires instead of taking the side of the working class people? Because no matter how much more money they make than you, they are the working class, especially in the National Football League when it's pretty much a job and you can get cut, fired, or let go. And probably, I don't even know if you get unemployment with the NFL. You might be listed as an independent contractor, but that's neither here nor there. But what do y'all think about that? These dudes are asking for these athletes for some of this money back. But guess what? They don't have to get none of that TV money back, do they? I saw baseball players check stub on Facebook. There were so many taxes taken out plus to each state. Exact. I told you that Joe from Houston. Didn't I tell you that Joe from Houston? That these dudes have to pay taxes in every city. So when you play for your beloved Bears, 8 of those games, they're getting taxed from another state. So they're getting hit twice. And when you pay for the Packers, if you live in California, you're really getting shot through the grease. you get the highest state tax in America, then you go somewhere else like Illinois, and then you get double.